Y'all, bear with me. The reason I have my AirPod in, I already know. Somebody gonna say something. But I have my AirPod in so you guys can hear me better. Um, it makes it so much better to hear me. I'm so out of breath right now. Ugh. But guys, good morning, good afternoon. How are you? How are you guys doing? Um, I wanted to come on here. I know I look a little bit crazy. I did not put myself together for this video. I didn't do anything besides throw on the camera because I wanted to come to you guys with a tad bit of a different video. Some people are going to get with this video and some people are going to immediately be like, nah, she's crazy. She is crazy. But I just wanted to make it, it's not even going to be a super long video. I just have been thinking. Last night I was writing some stuff down and I was like, I just want, if I can help, y'all already know I say this all the time, if I can help just one person, and if I can help one person, I'm gonna keep talking and helping that one person. If I can help two people in the world, then I'm gonna help those two people. But what I was thinking about is y'all been with this little journey that I have been on so far of just going through a lot last year, losing a lot of weight, trying to figure out what's going on, still figuring out, having my colonoscopy coming up and all those things coming up. But I wanted to take a step back from the physical part and I want to really get on my mental part. And I just have been feeling lately called to just talk to y'all about it. If y'all don't want to hear it, that's okay. But like I said, if I can help one person, then I will be okay. But, listen, I made a little note on my computer because I was like, I want to make sure that I'm not just skipping over what I was going to say. But my biggest, okay, so what I wanted to come to you guys and just explain a tad bit of life before, I'm just going to say medicine because it's just going to lessen the blow of it. Life before medicine and life with medicine. And I wish it was so much more normalized, especially for moms. You know, I feel like so much is put on us to just know, to feel, to do all this and just to brush it off and continue on and being the moms that we're supposed to be, you know? And so I just kind of wanted to explain, just to help if I can, one person, just the life before and life now. Just so, like I said, if you were one of those who just have one of these things or some of these things and you're like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, or I didn't think it was that serious. But if I can explain to y'all how it's different on the other hand, y'all gonna be like, oh, so just listen. So one of the things that I'm gonna go my brain before and my brain after. So before, I always felt like I needed to be perfect. I always felt like what you guys see of me, what people see of me, was always supposed to be perfect. And when I say perfect, I mean perfect. And I don't, it's hard to explain because I don't always mean that you guys don't see me go through hard things, but more of like, I felt like my kids had to be dressed a certain way. My kids had to be fed a certain way. I had to feed my kids whole, like, cooked meals every single night. I had to make sure, like that. And hold on, I'm over here reading my thing to make sure I get these right. One of my biggest things was I felt like my house had to be clean. I felt like my brain could not rest. And when I say my brain would not rest, I mean I would be in bed thinking of what all I needed to get clean, what I needed to get done constantly. And it was like I was spending so much more time, and this is me being so like open with you guys, but It was like I needed to, I was spending more time cleaning than I was with my own kids, and I'm home with them. And I felt like that is crazy, you know? I'm with my kids and I'm spending more of my time cleaning and cleaning things that are just going to repetitively get dirty as the day goes on. And I used to get stuck in this, and I used to have, and I'm being open with you guys, I used to have, one of the things is Caden used to be with Kai Kai a lot when he came home from school, because I wanted to just clean and I wanted to get everything done and I wanted everything to be perfect. And but perfect for who? You know what I'm saying? If that is taken away from my kid, let me just continue to tell you guys the before, so then I can explain the after. I would literally go to sleep every single night, and feel like I didn't do enough. After everything that I did, after I woke up, I just felt like in my whole day was dedicated to my kids and my family. I would go to sleep still feeling like I failed, like that I didn't do what I was supposed to do that day. And it's like, what? I was going to bed most nights just crying over any and everything. My mind was just exhausted, and my body was just exhausted, and all these things. And guys, I'm only telling my story. I'm no by no means am I telling someone that this is how they are or nothing. This is just, I'm just explaining my story with and my story without. That's it. And it's just like I felt the need to be like, I'm talking about perfect. So what you guys, one thing I always tell people is like, what you guys saw online is really how it was at my house. Like I was really cleaning everything. My house was really clean 24/7. I didn't have one of those houses where it was like, oh, this, you see the good side of it, but really if you turn the camera around, it's dirty. No, it was literally clean all the time. And it was taking everything for that to happen. Like I live in a house full of boys. You know what I'm saying? We have animals. There was no way to always have a perfect house. There's just no way. But I still made it my point all the time to do that, to have it perfect. And it took away from a lot of my time of anything else I can be doing. Just simply laying with my kids. I realized, I'm getting ahead of myself, but one of the things I realized is that Kai Kai didn't always just want me to hold him. He just wanted to sit with me. He just wanted to lay with me, to play with me, and so every time he would see me doing something, he would literally just want me to hold him. And I would think that, oh my gosh, he just wants me all the time. When really it's not even that he just needed me close to him. And I was able to do other stuff, but he wanted to be close to me. And I realized like, oh, if I carry him, he's close to me, I can still do what I need to do. There's just the working brain. Anyways, but really that, like, my brain was just constantly in all this. You're not enough. You're not doing enough. You're not working hard enough. Your house doesn't look good enough. All these things were just circling constantly. And by the end of the day, I was mentally exhausted. I was waking up early. It was just like I was spinning out of control, is the best way I can explain it. It was just too much. And so then when one of the things as I was like this weight loss thing and all these things were going on, my doctor was like, I want to switch a little bit of this. I want to switch this medicine and get you on something a little bit more stable. And so I will just explain. I went from sertraline to Prozac, but I was only on 20 milligrams of sertraline. So then when he switched me to Prozac, I was only on 20. And then once I came back and I was like, I'm just still like, I don't know. And he was like asking me all these questions and going through all these things and referring me to all these therapists and all this. And he's like, but in the meantime, I'm going to bump you up to 40. And don't be alarmed if you have to go eventually to 80. But right now, you're on 40. Let's see how you do. And I was so nervous. I was like, is this going to make me like a zombie? Am I going to be weird? Am I not going to be myself? Like, I was so nervous. And I took it. And it was like, never, how do I explain it? It was more of like a weight off my shoulders. And me being able to see the world more for what it is than what my mind was telling me. And being able to relax more. And knowing that I didn't always need to have everything clean. And I didn't, like, it was like almost like something in my brain just being like, it's okay all the time. And for some people, it's not for some people. And, you know, I will tell you guys firsthand that I hope that one day I can just be without and just be able to regulate my emotions and all these things the right way, or what people believe is a normal way, or you know what I'm saying? One day. But I knew, coming from how much of a hard time I was coming from, that I needed some like a kickstart. And now let me go into the things that have, I feel like my brain is like now versus before. And one of my biggest things is I'm okay with my kids having an easier meal. If I'm exhausted, I'm okay with throwing a pizza in the oven and cutting up some fruits and veggies and calling it a day. I'm okay with making some chicken wings and making a veggie to go with it and calling it a day. Like, I don't need to have a salad, appetizer, a meal, three things, chicken wings, pasta, steamed broccoli, and then a dessert. Like, I don't need to do all those things. You know, sometimes if I feel like it and I want to do those things, I will. But I don't need to. I don't feel the need to constantly do those things. A pizza is okay. I can cook a real meal 3 nights out of the week, and we can throw stuff together the other days. It's like nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change in our lives if we have a quicker meal one day. Nothing. And when I tell you, me realizing that was like the biggest weight off my shoulders. Because I felt like when I tell you guys, like when you guys saw me online and every single day my kids had something, that was not like a real life versus Instagram. That was my real life. I was making my kids 3 like course meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? And there was no need for it. You know what I'm saying? If one of the things that a lot of y'all have seen from me is my kids. I used to love packing my kids lunch. I used to love making them their like the best lunches. I would literally go above and beyond for lunches for my kids. And now, sometimes, which was one of the craziest things that I had to let go of, was it's not that big of a deal for me. And my kids actually asked me once if they could have school lunch, and now more days out of not, they're eating school lunch, and I'm okay with it. I don't feel like I have failed them as a mom by them eating school lunch some days of the week, or every day of the week if they want to. Or if they come to me and say, hey mom, I know this day we're having that, I don't really want it, can you pack my lunch? I will. Or if they go, hey, actually I have just been wanting to have your lunch, I'll make it. But if not, then it's school lunch, and that takes one thing off my plate. I was spending an hour plus a day doing that every single day, on top of all the other things I had to do in the day. They can eat some school lunch and be okay. One of my biggest things is I try not to let small things become big. If something is bothering me, instead of letting it like snowball effect to something big, just speak on it in that moment. Sometimes for me, it's just sending a voice message of what's going on to my friends, just so I can speak it through before I'm upset about it, or if I should even be upset about it, or if it's just something that I wanted to talk about and that I just wasn't talking about, Sometimes I feel way better. Sometimes it is bothering me a little, and then I approach it that way, after I have talked through it, listened through it, gotten feedback on what I'm feeling is correct or not correct, or if I'm being a little bit dramatic, or whatever the case may be. It just helps me kind of refocus and not always jump to conclusions. Goes to, if I have what this is like, as I was talking about with my cleaning, I told you guys I would clean. Now, if I have an option, if I'm gonna sleep or if I'm gonna clean, I used to, before medicine, was clean. Sleep eventually. Now, I am picking my sleep over cleaning any day of the week. Because sleep means more to me and my body than the how clean my house is, for it to get dirty again once my kids decide to come and play and run through and destroy something, I'm gonna pick sleep every time, and I'm okay with that. Like, I don't feel bad, I don't feel terrible. I am way more open to asking my kids to do something, to help me with something, and to not feel bad about it, or not feel like, oh, I need to do it because I'm their parent. They can do it, they can help. The house is ran by all of us, not just me. And that's just how I feel. One of my biggest things was a clean house doesn't make me a good mom. Seeing a clean house or my house being clean does not define who I am as a parent. It hasn't, and it will never. Who I am as a parent is literally who I am as a parent. Not obviously teaching your kids to be able to clean up after themselves and things like that, but my house being a sparkly clean house doesn't change the parenting, like who I am as my parent, like as a parent. And so I'm okay. Like, I think yesterday I really spent my whole day cleaning, but it was the first time I had spent my whole day cleaning in weeks, because it's just not my biggest priority anymore. My house is not dirty. You guys see me still straightening up every day, but to clean my house, to get everything where it's supposed to be, to sweep out all the bathrooms and taking out all the trash and vacuuming all the carpets and wiping down the walls, and like, I'm talking about the full-blown cleaning. It's just, I used to do that every single day. And to me, that's a little bit crazy. And first of all, I see little squirrels outside. But how clean my house does not change how good I am as a parent, or not good I am as a parent. You know what I'm saying? I was actually, the cleaner my house was, actually to me was feeling like I was the worst of a parent, if I'm being honest. And this is not for me. This is not for me to tell you guys what you guys should do, but this video is just to understand that it is okay to seek that help, and whatever is that help that you need, or you need a little push for, you know what I'm saying, is you. Like, you can decide that. But the help is out there. It doesn't matter the route you go. There's so many different routes, but just understanding that there's certain things that we do and that we accept as parents and as moms, that we kind of just put on the back burner, but we put on the back burner for so long that it is forced to be on it is forced to be brought forward. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I feel like so many times that we are looked at bad for it, but we're not. We're just humans. Like, we're humans just as everyone in this world has feelings. Us moms, us women, us, you know what I'm saying? Just as any part of our life, we deserve, I don't know, we deserve it. We deserve to find the help. We deserve to understand that we're not the only ones. And that's just it, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm looking a little bit crazy. I just wanted to come on here because I felt like I had to explain that to you guys, because a lot of people, if you guys saw me and knew everything that was going on mentally with me 6 months ago to now, it's like I'm a whole different person. That is what I feel like on the inside. Parenting, who I am to myself, like who I am as what I want to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? With all these things have been so much more clear for me. And life is life. You know what I'm like? I can't explain it to you guys enough. And it's like, I don't want anyone to feel like they're alone, because you're not. You're really not. But guys, I just wanted to come on here and just tell you guys, just explain that. I know I'm a little all over the place, but sometimes all over the place is the best way to explain something that you're trying to get out. If you have any questions or anything, comment down below. I know I don't typically ask this of you guys, but hit that like button. I know sometimes you don't think about it once you watch the whole video. You just go on to the next one, or you end up closing out. But just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and put those post notifications on so you're notified when a new video is posted. I love you guys, and I'm hoping to help at least one person. I see you on the next video.